The topic of this video is people pleasing. We are talking about people pleasing mainly because I want us to be something that I can talk about, that I can give advice on, mainly to my younger self. So this video is really for my younger self and anybody that is trying to kind of break out of people pleasing. Now, I'm not saying that you got to completely align with people pleasing. Obviously, if you're trying to break out of it, you should not be aligning with it in the first place. You're not a people pleaser. You're not. We're going to say that right now. I used to be a chronic people pleaser. For the sake of this video, I am recalling certain experiences and certain thought patterns that I broke out of and that I released out of my experience to receive a higher, greater, better experience for myself. So I've heard the term people pleasing before, all that yada yada yada. I never thought that I was a people pleaser. I never thought that I wasn't. I just never thought too much about it. Until one day, I was on a fast, right? So when you're in fasted state, you become aware of any energy that you are overexerting because you feel a little weaker than usual. You know, you're no longer feeding certain patterns or you're no longer reacting a certain way to things. So now you're in this state where you're actually sitting with these patterns that are arising. Your awareness is actually on them now. I noticed this sensation arise within my body. It made me think. I started thinking. With this sensation, I became aware of multiple experiences that were just like in my body where I would tense up and try to please somebody outside of myself or please something or give my energy so somebody could feel more comfortable in themselves or better at the expense of my own comfortability, of my own wants and needs. I was always trying to reach out and, please other people, meet other people's needs and wants, disregarding my own. Now, I'm not saying that it's not okay to show up for people in a certain way, but at the same time, not in the expense of your own wants and needs and your own peace. I decided, since energy never dies, I can't just stop that habit. I gotta replace it with something else. I was like, why don't we just redirect this energy towards something else? Because if I'm sending so much energy outside of myself, that means that I am being drained. Gradually. I'm gradually being drained. What if I just redirect this energy back to source? Right? What if I just please source? Are you hearing me? What if I just please source? I refer to myself as the formless substance. I refer to everything as the formless substance because I believe that everything is formless and that divine moves through everything and everybody. This seashell, it was formless. It started off as a thought and then it materialized over time. If I'm formless, why don't I just please the formless substance and allow it to take form a different way? So I disidentify with people pleasing. Instead of aligning with people pleasing or identifying as somebody who people pleases, I identify with someone who pleases self, who pleases the divine, the universe. I know that the divine wants full expression through me. I know that the formless substance wants me to feel good within myself, good within my body, good within my mind, all of that. The formless substance wants me to relax so it can move through me with ease, right? I start incorporating pleasing the formless substance within my practice. I started that last year. I would be like, you know what? The formless substance wants me to relax right now. The formless substance wants me to nourish my body right now. The formless substance wants me to just receive love. That's what the formless substance wants. That's exactly what the formless substance wants. It wants to expand itself. It's so funny. It's just so funny experiencing myself and the shift that took place just with my awareness, just shifting how I approach certain things. So now when I'm approached with certain situations or certain things and I notice that sensation, sometimes I still notice it, but that's all I'm doing is just noticing it because there's a stronger sensation now. There's a stronger force coming in saying, especially if it goes against like my own needs. If I feel unsafe in my body, if I'm feeling like a projection of insecurity, immediately no. Respectfully. It used to be so hard for me to say no. And I'm gonna be honest, I did have like a moment where I experienced like so much rage and betrayal from the moments that I didn't say no when I wanted to say no, or yes when I wanted to say yes. I was just really in that experience. And you know what I'm saying? Like, there may be some individuals who project their insecurities out onto you. May think like, oh, like, you think you're better? Or you're selfish. I live here. You can't see my thoughts. You can't experience the sensations within my body. I can. So yes, I'm going to want to experience the highest form of love, of abundance, of respect, of appreciation, of truth. I take full accountability of that. I'm not going to experience anything less than never. Not for me, and it's not of me. I use that energy of what was known to be people pleasing. I use it to manifest exactly what I want to manifest within my experience. If I've always wanted something, like if I've always dreamed of myself experiencing a higher experience, you know, in any aspect of life, it could be like travel, it could be body goals, finances, it could be anything. Just wanting to experience a higher experience of that, I'm going to want to pull all the energy in that I've just been giving away so freely, unconsciously, self-domesticating myself to think that I have to overgive myself. That I have to overgive myself. That's not of my nature. It's not of my nature, and it's not of my experience to do so. I will also notice another thing. After I like broke that cycle for myself with patience, you know, with proper care and attention, I noticed that I feel looser within my body. My body feels looser. My mind feels looser. My experience is just overall better. Being able to speak so freely, and I'm noticing even within my creations, I feel more authentic within those. But it's like as you grow more awareness of yourself and you see more ways that you can express yourself more authentically, it's like you're gonna want to expand in that. I wanted to expand in that. I wanted more life. So for me to manifest more life, I had to see what was draining my life. And it was those habits that no longer serve this experience. So that's exactly how I redirected people pleasing. I started pleasing myself. I started doing things that I wanted to do. And everything has just been adding up. Day by day by day by day by day. I wanted to be healthier, so I switched my diet. I did things that I never thought that I could do. But mainly because I never actually applied my mind. I never applied my actions towards these things. Once I moved this energy out of my body, thank God for fasting. Once I moved this energy out of my body, I was able to receive more. I had the capacity to receive more now. More can move through me now. More can move through me now. It all just started with an energy shift. I shifted my energy. And now everything else is just catching up to my vibration. The formless takes form based off of my authentic vibration. The formless substance matches me. Literally just observing everything that I've just done for myself that led me up to this point. Most gratitude to those versions of myself. They deserve the highest form of love. Oof. They deserve the highest form of love. I deserve the highest form of love. Because a lot of people will want to come up to you once you make that shift and play victim. Because now that you're standing so firmly and confidently in your power, it can be very triggering to people who was feeding off of it. Long story short, please yourself. Mind your business. Focus on yourself. Focus on your path. Please yourself, because you are the path. The path came from you. You create the path. Also, now that you become aware of certain tendencies that you want to transmute into a higher experience, you gotta work on your mind. With patience and gentleness, it is possible. And to move in that possibility as if it is happening speeds up the process. Time is really an illusion. It is all happening. And I affirm to myself that it is done. It is done. Literally, affirmations. I say no when I mean no, and I say yes when I mean yes. Any affirmation along those lines. Taking small actions towards your goal. So, for example, redirecting people pleasing to self-pleasing or pleasing your goals. You take baby steps towards your goals and closer to yourself. So people pleasing does not exist within this timeline. It doesn't. It's gone. You don't even have to say bye because it's gone. Like, it's out of sight, out of mind. Now everything is divinely orchestrated for you. You're just authentic. You authentically speak your mind. I love that about you. I love that about you. You know that? I'm taking notes. Come on. Divine authenticity? What was the first step again? You say yes when you mean yes and no when you mean no. Wow. I love that for you. Let me know if it worked. We love divine beings helping each other reprogram our minds for the highest experience. I love that for us. Go us! Stay true to yourself. Because if you're true to yourself, you're true to everybody else. If you stay true to yourself, you stay true to everybody else.